Coconut oil. We see it in the stores, we hear people talking about how great it is, but what are the real benefits of using coconut oil compared to other things like olive oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, all that kind of stuff? Well, we'll go over it. Hey guys, thanks for checking out Quick Sessions. My name is Garrett Theriault, and we're going to get right into the benefits of coconut oil. I'm using coconut oil as the name. There's other oils that have all these same traits, like palm kernel oil is the other one, but there's not many. Coconut is by far the most popular and readily available fat of this type that I'll be talking about, and this fat type I'm talking about, it's a $4.6 billion market. It's huge. People hear about it and they use it for all kinds of stuff. They use it, like any other oil, they use it for cooking. They can use coconut oil for adding it to coffee and tea to give it some flavor. So instead of putting butter in your coffee like some people do, you can put coconut oil. I don't do that, but I guess you can. You can use it in baking as a substitute. And one thing I use it as is I used to do this chocolate almond recipe. It's basically melted down coconut oil, a little bit of sweetener, and some cocoa powder. You mix it together and you put the almonds in it, and then you put them in the fridge, and now you got this almond bark that's much lower calorie. You still have calories from the fat. It's still 120 grams of calories per tablespoon of coconut oil. So it's not like it's a low calorie fat, but it is much better than the alternative because coconut oil is what you'd call a medium chain triglyceride, or it contains these medium chain fatty acids. And there's three main ones. There's the caprylic, lauric, and capric. Those names aren't very important to you, but I just thought I'd throw them out there anyway, and they'll come up one or two other times in this conversation. But essentially the benefits of them come from their ability to be absorbed faster by your body. The reason for that will become very obvious as I go through these 8 benefits. There's a lot more. If you got into the medical community and asked them the point of these medium chain triglycerides, they could give you way more information of the benefits of them for certain diseases and conditions and all that. But I'm going to give you the basic information that most people can relate to and information that can help them out. So number one, probably the most important, is it gives you a boost in good cholesterol. It increases those HDLs. Now what that means, HDL is high density lipolipid. And what happens when you get these HDLs, the other one is LDL, you may have heard of, the lower density lipolipid. But what these HDLs do is they lower the high triglycerides in your system. And high triglycerides are things that signal high blood sugar, high cholesterol. So these HDLs actually lower it. There's some in eggs also, but eggs also have LDL. This is straight HDL that you get from the coconut oil. The second thing it helps with is it battles insulin resistance. Now, why does that matter? What is that? So insulin resistance is when the cells in your body start resisting or ignoring the signal that insulin is trying to send out, right? Which is to try to grab glucose from the bloodstream, get it into your cells. But if you're insulin resistant, it doesn't do that. So a lot of that nutrients will just be stored as fat, as body fat. It won't be absorbed by the cells to use as energy. So this helps battle that. If you are insulin resistant, even if you're not though, it's still a good kind of weapon to have in your body. The third thing is it helps mend brain function for Alzheimer's patients. A lot of studies have been done with these MCTs, these medium chain triglycerides. And while of course there's no cure for Alzheimer's and it's not a drastic improvement just by getting on these fats, it has shown in studies to help mend some of the brain function. The fourth thing is it guards against liver damage. Now, these MCTs, they're absorbed into the liver so much quicker than long chain triglycerides. That's more your standard fats. That's your avocados, your olive oil, stuff like that. It's absorbed so much faster and it strengthens the liver, it's converted to energy in there, and just helps against anything that's trying to damage your liver. It also aids in curing UTIs. It's a little side note. The fifth thing is it boosts energy. Kind of like I just talked about, these MCTs, they go directly into your liver where it's converted into energy. So you can use that as fuel much quicker than avocado oil, peanut oil, stuff like that. It also aids in digestion because it helps the body absorb vitamins and magnesium, these components, I should say, that help your body digest stuff. So obviously digestion is good. Keeping all your metabolic functions up and going is good. So that's number 6 on why these MCTs are great, specifically coconut oil. The 7th thing is it's good for your skin. Remember I gave you those 3 fatty acids, the caprylic, the lauric, and the capric. So the caprylic and the lauric help reduce inflammation under your skin. They can help, with the prevention of extreme sunburns. You can still get sunburned if you take coconut oil. That's not what I'm saying, but it can help against it. It can help with wound healing, things like that. If you're someone who takes a long time to heal from a cut or something, coconut oil can be used as something to help speed that up because lower inflammation, healing's better, blood flow's better, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, the last thing is weight loss. The third fatty acid I've talked about, the capric, it helps improve thyroid performance, and it also acts as an appetite suppressant. So in the morning, if you wake up and use oil to cook your eggs, if you can just make a quick switch to coconut oil, that can help in the hunger suppressant component of, the eggs anyway, but just the oil itself can help out with that. Now, I'm not saying completely get away from all other oils or fats and stick with coconut oil. You still need the long chain, still need those omega-3s, 6s and 9s from the fish. You need the fats from the nuts. You need it all. And just like those long chains, you just need to be conscious of the calories that are in them, because nothing drives me nuts when someone says, they ate a whole avocado in their salad, or they say they salad avocado, yada yada. It's like, you ate a whole avocado? It's like, yeah, it was good fats, I said, no. I mean, it's better than bad fats, better than butter, but it's still fat. Fat is not meant to be eaten in excess, and that's so obvious, but for some reason, things like avocados and almonds, people tend to feel like those fats aren't as bad. They're still fat, there's still just as many calories as every other gram of fat. And why they can help your body function, your body doesn't need that many of them. And when your body doesn't need something, it stores it. It wants to hoard any nutrients it can. Storing fat has never been a positive thing for just a regular civilian walking around. So that's about it. That's the benefits of coconut oil, more specifically the medium chain triglycerides. Hope you learned something, and from a practical use point, I cook with coconut oil and I'll use it in some of the stuff I cook, like as an ingredient, not just as a pan greaser. It's not a ton, it's not often. I try not to add a ton of fat to anything. If you stay under, just do 2 tablespoons a day. For cooking, just throw a tablespoon in there, and then if you want to get 1 more tablespoon, you can. Because, like I said, it's the same amount of calories. It's still 14 grams of fat in each one. So just be responsible, but it's a great substitute to add in there, especially if you're active, especially if you're in the gym, all that stuff. Thanks for checking it out, guys. Hope you learned something. Please make sure to go to the Apple Pod Center and Spotify and Google Play now, and rate us, review us, follow us on Instagram @Quick Sessions Podcast, and I'll catch you next time.